buckle up. Buckle the fuck up because it starts. We are here. It begins. The fall and Christmas launches. And not only that, it is the time now where we all poor little fuckery makeup peasants who just roll ourselves in these bullshitty, cheap Chanel eyeshadows. We finally know where our place is. It's at the outlet Dollar Tree mark because Pat McGrath and Louis Vuitton, they set a new bar, and I'm not saying this in a positive way. So let's fuckle into the makeup releases of this week because I have a lot. But I want to start actually with something exciting, and that is the new Pat McGrath High Glam Foundation. I am a big fan of the concealer, and if that foundation is just half as good as the concealer, this is a potential favorite. My favorite foundation, my unmatched favorite foundation is the Chanel Supplément Le Temps. The one in that, here in the glass jar. I have actually two shades of this by now because I feel like one is a little bit too yellow, the other one is a little bit too light. So depending on my mood, I'm mixing them. And again, the concealer from Chanel is the Supplément L'Aiguille is absolutely stunning, but especially this year, I don't know what it is, but the Natasha Denona High Glam Concealer, it cribbles up. It crawls up the ladder of being my favorite, and I really have to make decisions by the end of the year when it comes to my ranking. But this foundation, I will buy that. I think it launches this week. Here it doesn't say, but I saw on the Natasha Denona site, I think August 28th or 25th, something like that. It's not too far away actually, and I am beyond excited for this. Again, if it is just half as good as a concealer, we might have a favorite because this is really good. And when I look at the shades, honestly, I see a lot of shades working for me. Concealer wise, I hope the shades are the same as the concealers. I use N0.5 and RN1, and honestly, I am tempted for the foundation to buy RN1 and maybe N1 because N05 is a little bit too yellow. But I will see. Once they land at Sephora, I will purchase them and I will try them, and I'm really excited. Kind of an exciting launch, but I'm not 100% sure if I am excited, is this new brand. This is, I'm sorry if I'm saying this wrong, Hong Van Gogh Beauty. He is, or was, whatever, the makeup artist from Selena Gomez, and I don't know why, but the brand gives me weird vibes. I feel like the overall look is fine actually, but I'm not seeing this. I like the monochromatic take. That's not the thing here. I'm just thrown off by something else. I don't know why, but I do like the colorful take. I do like the fact that this is not only neutral eyeshadow palettes. We do have some colors, and I think if you love monochromatic palettes, you will probably like this. But with some of these, I see a little bit too similar shades, and these are only 8 pans, so that speaks for itself. But in an 8 pan, you have shades that could dupe themselves. But this is something that I am not willing to try right now. This is something where I will look out for reviews, and I don't even know how and if this is going to be available in Germany. It says September 8th on their website and Sephora, but usually when Trendmood writes Sephora, it's just Sephora US, and I don't know if it will land here in Sephora Germany or in general Sephora EU. If it does, I would pick up the black and white palette and maybe the purple one. We also don't have prices, but the price range it says is from $22 to $49, so I assume that $49 will be the eyeshadow palette, which is an okay price. Would not, well, I even lost words. What's not such an okay price is this shit here. So we talked about this last week already, and when I was done filming, the prices haven't been revealed yet. And now we're sitting here, and not only do I still think that these Louis Vuitton quads are unbeaten in their level of being super mediocre, they will charge you $220 on each. Not the full set of like 10 quads. You poor dumbass. One quad is $220. Do you know what you can get for $220? Put that just into perspective, that $220 is basically 2 full motherships. Depending on where you buy this, I was able to buy motherships at the €100 price range. So I think this is a fair comparison. And talking about motherships, a friend of mine did the comparison actually. And they were just pointing out that each of these shit quads here are the essence color story of a mothership. It's basically the same. And the lipsticks and lip balms in that line. So we have, I mean, a big line of lipsticks. I think 50 or so. It's quite a lot. But lipstick and lip balm. We're talking in some cases here about a clear fucking lip balm. They will be $150. Do you know what you can get for $150 in lipsticks? I think, let me do the quick math, 5 or 6 MAC lipsticks. You can probably get 3 Chanel lipsticks. No, but you will of course buy just one Louis Vuitton lipstick. This is a ridiculous price point. And let's now, aside from all the jokes that I'm doing here, let's talk about some serious things here. I believe that the customer base for this brand will be 3 main groups. Group number 1 is people who just don't give a shit about money. They just buy what they like. They are super ultra rich and they buy this because they're like, yeah, I need a quad now and I don't care for money. And that's absolutely fine. Group number 2 is going to be people that are maybe, they don't have makeup. They have one makeup item and they buy that one quad, that one lipstick. They buy this because this will be their only item in their bathroom. This will be the one quad that they will do their makeup now for the next year or 2 because they barely wear makeup. And if so, they want to feel very, very special. Aside from the fact that I can think that you can get the special feeling with a Chanel quad too, or with a Dior 5-pan palette or a Tom Ford quad. That's good. And I see where this is maybe a targeted audience. And group number 3 is going to be people that try to be bougie. Because let's be honest, I am not into luxury fashion or so. But I watch videos too. I see trends too. And to be honest, Louis Vuitton is not really classified, at least in Germany, let me say that, as a classy luxury brand. Louis Vuitton is here more I'm bragging about Louis Vuitton brand. You know, people who need to wear their luxury brands visible because Louis Vuitton has these items where the logo is just all over and it just screams and slaps you in the face that this is Louis Vuitton. And this is not old money style. This is not silent money style. This is not classy. This is, well, it's bragging. And this is another group of people that will use this. And I will tell you now, I will predict you something. There will be influencers out there who will buy these, who will buy maybe 2 or even 3 quads. And since we all know how much they cost, we know how much money they spent on this. And they will look right into the camera. They will stare right into your poor soul. And they will tell you, they're totally worth it. Oh my God, the price is so justified with the quality. And they will lie to you. They will lie without even feeling bad because they want to crawl up asses by Louis Vuitton. And these influencers, I'm telling you that will be sitting here, not in my room, but in general, in front of a camera in a video, and will tell you that there is a justification to pay $220 for an eyeshadow quad. They will lose all the integrity, and I will lose all my respect for them, because that will be a straight up lie. I am all for luxury makeup, and I am all for the fact that when I spent $80 on an eyeshadow quad, I'm not paying $80 for just the quality and formula. I am paying a little bit for the experience. I'm paying for the feeling that I'm a bougie bitch, and I love that. I paid €85 on the new Victoria Beckham quads, and while I think they are fucking overpriced, there is sort of a bougie feeling coming with them that makes me feel super special when I use my, what was it called? The smoky one with the black eyeshadows. I feel very bougie using this, but there are lines that can be crossed. And if we as a community here on the internet that are vocal, that have a voice here, if we accept the fact that there is a luxury brand coming out of nowhere and trying to sell us €220 eyeshadow quads, like if that was a 20 or 40 pound palette, I wouldn't even bat an eye. I paid €150 on a MAC eyeshadow palette with 40 shades, and I think that €150 was well spent because this is nice quality that I can rely on. It's not indie brand quality, let me just say that, but this is a good, it's an old-fashioned but reliable formula of eyeshadows. Plus the €150, they were all in terms of their Pride Month, what they do, their Viva Glam, all of that. So it was also for a good cause. But what I want to say is, I lost the plot completely. I talked myself now so into rage that I completely lost my sentence mid-thought. Oh, yes, I got it. If we as a community here, if we accept the fact that there is a luxury brand that is allowed to charge us $220 on an eyeshadow quad, do you know what's going to happen? I tell you, Chanel, Hermes, Tom Ford, Dior, they will follow. And they will raise the prices. And they will start with, yeah, but that's special edition. And from special edition, it will slowly translate into, this is now the new pricing. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying boycott. If you can afford this, and if you are sitting here, and if we would sit here face to face, and I would ask you, do you buy this? Tell me why. And you, with a straight face, without hesitation, can explain me why you need that quad of neutral eyeshadows for $220. Go for it. But if you have brain somewhere here in that space between your ears, there is no justifiable reason, there's no explanation why this price is okay. And don't come at me with, yeah, but it's Louis Vuitton. What? Fuck that. You cannot explain a price just by saying, yeah, but it's this and that. That's not how this works, honestly. You have to deliver before you can charge me these prices. And let me tell you, if this quad, if I would buy one, I'm not planning to, If one of these quads not at least come personal, hand delivered by Pat McGrath herself, including a 1-hour makeup service on me, they're not worth the price tag. And same goes for the fucking lipsticks. €150 for a lipstick or a clear lip balm is just ridiculous. Chanel did this last year when they had their special lipsticks, but I want to say they were A, limited edition, and B, they came in an all glass packaging. So they had some bougie ass specialty to them. But I also don't think that they sold very well, because $150 for a lipstick, let's be honest, that's too much. And I do have $60 lipsticks, yes, but I'm also saying that is too much. I'm sorry, but this is just the most ridiculous launch of 2025, and we need to move on to the next thing that is a bit happier here. Blendbunny is re-releasing 2 palettes that people have been crying over for a good reason. The first one is the Sugar and Grunge. Oh, I'm not allowed to say Sugar and Grunge anymore because the name was changed. If you remember, they got a like Sis and the Seas letter. A whole story behind that. I have opinions on this. Everybody has opinions on this. Blendbunny has an explanation why she didn't do anything, why she decided to take off the palette. But now the palette is back, and what I like actually a lot is the fact that this is now rearranged in the quad style. We have the same arrangement style in the Beauty Below palette, and I said it already a couple times. I personally do this with all my big palettes. I think in quads. And she arranged them like that. I really like this. And the other palette that is coming back, or that already is back, is the Sickly Sweet palette. You know that this is my favorite pastel palette. It's the only palette that I still have left because it is that good. Both palettes had some changes in there. With the Sugar and Spite now, I don't think that the colors itself changed, but I feel like the names have changed a bit. I did some like reading through, and mine definitely have different names. And what did I want to say? The Sickly Sweet palette, they're now missing the row of neon pastels, and the reason for that is that the source for the pigment that Blendbunny needs to produce this is just way too high, and she wants to stay at a certain price point with the palette. I personally think that maybe you can give people the choice. I don't know how much cost that is if you would offer both versions, because I feel like a lot of people would buy the neon ones too. But at the end of the day, let's be honest, it's the decision by Blendbunny, and I can just say what I think. Will she listen? Probably not. But from the comments that I've seen, people are a bit sad on the missing neon pastels. So I have the old Sickly Sweet, I have the old Sugar and Grunge, or now Sugar and Spite palette. I can highly recommend both. And if you want to get them, I have a code. It's ELLAKINKLEY, and it gives you 10% off. Oh, breathing. And now let's head into MAC. Told you, it's the start of Christmas. And here we have the MAC Christmas Coffret 2025. This is a very interesting launch because 99% of the shit that I see here I'm not interested in, and that 1% that I'm interested in is that bluey shimmery lip gloss air. The lip gloss air by MAC is one of the best releases that they brought out this year, but they already announced that Christmas thing and that fall thing with the light mauve gloss and the palette hasn't even landed in Germany. So MAC, can you please give a little bit more speed, because I'm waiting for that launch too. But honestly, I'm not that interested in this. The color choice is very interesting, and to be honest, the lipsticks that you hear on the side, they remind me so much of an existing lipstick line, and I see them in front of my inner eye. I think it's a very similar color, and the lipstick tube is like swirled, or the lipstick itself, it's like swirly carved in. Musia, Queen Musia? I think something like that. They remind me a little bit of that, and other than that, this is like very boring. we talk about boring stuff, and Tom Ford is the next. We have the Tom Ford Soleil Holiday Collection 2025 with an eyeshadow quad in 01 SN Chalet Mint, which is very, very interesting because it sounds like this is the first version of something. But let's be honest, Tom Ford quads are just... For me, they are something that I have fun with in a one-time look, and then I'm not looking at them again. I have 3 Tom Ford quads that I haven't used in a longer time, but I cannot get rid of them because A, each of them is $90, and B, I actually like them. These are just palettes. If I would get them in a palette roulette, you know, I have this video series where Wheel of Fortune is choosing my palette. If this would come up there, I would be stoked and happy. That's why I'm not getting rid of them. There are also 3 like lip balm sticks. One is Peak Glamour, a raspberry mauve, then Rose Denver, a deep terracotta, and Fireside, a gently tinted plum. Honestly, that one sounds nice. Oh fuck. Okay, I might have a look at the Fireside one because the lip products from Tom Ford, I haven't tried a lot. Honestly, I haven't tried anything aside from this Celestial gloss from the collection 2 years ago. And yes, this gloss is 2 years old. It smells still fine, so it's good. But these gloss oils, stunning. And I know that so many people love the Tom Ford lipsticks. So this one, the plummy one, that sounds like a me thing. What I don't understand here in the picture, what is that foundation looking thing with the white cap? Here in the caption, it doesn't say anything, but it looks a bit actually like a primer or a moisturizer or so. Not interested at all. I know that they recently reformulated the Shade and Illuminate foundation, but I'm actually over Tom Ford foundations. I have other ones that I love much more. So, winter is coming. Winter means for me, I will be back into my heavy scents. Usually I don't care for seasonal scent things, but I don't know why. Since I'm working at home, not mainly, just at home, I work 100% remote. I'm not wearing scents so much, but I need to force myself. And Kayali is coming out actually with 2 new scents. We have, the first one is here, the Milky Musk Oud. And the descriptions is here. The scent type is woody spicy, which I really like. And the key notes are pink pepper, milky musk, and silver oud. My problem is that what I see here in the picture with the pink pepper, yes, but also the strawberry in here and the milky vibes, that sounds interesting, but I hate musk. I hate musky scents, but I kind of want to try this. So to be honest, I might try a tester size of this, so I'm not as sad when this scent is not for me. Maybe it's for my husband. I think he likes musky scents a little bit more than I do, and since the Kayali scents, to be honest, especially that oud line is very unisex, he likes, for example, my tobacco oud a lot, but I'm not sharing that one with him. He has to buy its own, like, come on. There are lines in also marriage, and the line is the bathroom, my scents, and food. And I have one special blanket that he is not even allowed to touch. So the other scent we will talk in a second about. But first of all, let's circle back to MAC, and they announced their advent calendar. I'm taking this picture here without any spoilers, so in case someone of you wants to buy this and does not want to be spoiled, I want to make it short. The calendar is full of standard MAC stuff. I don't know why in these calendars isn't at least 1 or 2 items from the special collections. I get that an advent calendar usually is full of stuff that doesn't sell the regular way, but just to make it fitting, just put in 1 or 2 of your special items. What I like actually this year is the packaging. It's basically like one whole big vanity, so that is kind of cool. And from the insides, I'm just so disappointed that within the products, there isn't even one of the new lip products. Like, not even the lip gloss Air, it's the regular gloss, for example, that's in there. So I don't like that, to be honest. And there is the green squirt stick. These are horrible lip products. Okay. Not so horrible is the new release from LH Cosmetics. I just recently uploaded a video on all the quads, and you know I love their sparkles. These are liquid eyeshadows. I have all 8 shades that they have, and now I get 2 more. They released 2 more shades. One, I actually forgot the name of both, and here in that post it also doesn't say. Oh, great. But one is a very see-through goldeny one, and the other one is a olive old gold looking one. I ordered both of these. They should arrive, I think when you see the video, chances are high that they already are at my house, but I think they will come this week. And next to it, they also have new lip liners. Never tried them, but again, if you want to try something by LH Cosmetics and you want to start somewhere, I highly recommend checking out the Sparkl eyeshadows, the Onset matte setting spray, and the blotting powder. I just hit pan in mine, so it's just that good. Good is also this new release from Narimi. So Narimi is a sea beauty brand with probably the fucking best matte eyeshadow formula on the market, period. Nothing is matching Narimi eyeshadows. And in her newest collection, this is eyeshadow palettes 9.0 collection, we have 2 this time. Midnight Narcissus, which I absolutely love the cover art on this, and Love Picture Book. Let's take a peek inside. The Love Picture Book, as the outside suggests, is very reddish pink, more pink than red in my opinion, with some specks of darkness. And the Narcissus, Midnight Narcissus, that is a weird take on blue and neon. I don't know where the inspiration is coming from, but I'm honest with you. None of these palettes, color story wise, give me the same excitement level as, for example, I had when I saw the collection before that, or the one where there was Black Ash in it, or Fireflies in the Dark. If I am given the chance to get one in PR, I would take the Midnight Narcissus, but so far as of today, I don't know if I will get one of them or not. But to be honest, am I planning to buy one? Honestly not. I'm not planning to buy one of these. I can only tell you that the quality, if you decide to buy one of these or both, is awesome. And they will be available, of course, on Look Healthy store, and you can save 12% with my code ELLAGRAM. But they will also be available on C Beauty Mall with launch, and that code is ELLAGRAM_makeup for 5%. It says here that the release is going to be somewhere around August 25th to 27th. So somewhat this week. Here's the other scent from Kayali. This is Chocolate Oud, and oh boy, this one I will definitely get, because Chocolate Oud, dark cocoa, and spiced rum. I posted that in my Instagram story, but pretend I'm salad and this is my dressing. This is, I wanna roll myself into this. I wanna head dive into this. This sounds so delicious. And I'm hyping this so hardcore up in my head. I will be so disappointed when this is not as I imagined it. But I don't have dates, to be honest, on this. But as soon as this drops here at Sephora, I will buy it. We talked last week about that Viseart release, that 8-pan bluish eyeshadow palette, and I got some comments saying that this is not a re-release, this is an old one. And Honestly, I'm a little bit pissed because you are right. And I'm not pissed because you are right. I'm pissed because Viseart is not really stating this. So I went back to that post that I had the screenshot from. And in the comments, someone was asking, hey, that looks fairly similar to an old release. And in the comments, they were saying, yeah, we're re-releasing Paris, whatever. This is now the palette that they are releasing, and basically this is a remake of an older palette that they had a couple years ago in this color story, but it was an 8 pan, and now they made the 12 pan out of it, which is the étendue size is like their best seller. The palette is $44. I think that's an okayish price, and by the way, Viseart makes insanely hilarious fun of the Louis Vuitton one. I think in one story they posted this and they said like, you can get 5 of our palettes instead of 1 quad. That was actually hilarious. This is now the Paris Nuit Isolé Étendue, and I do like that design. I think this is a very, very pretty eyeshadow palette. And once again, I wish I was still on their PR list. But if you want to get this on the Viseart website, you can buy this now or wait for a sale once it's included, of course, because with every sale, you can always stack my code. It's ELLA10 and it will save you 10% in addition to their sale, which I think is great. Pretty color story. I actually like that. I think it looks really, really nice. But again, I will not be getting this. The only thing that I'm a bit confused by is the swatches, because one of these shades, the shade Rêve, I assume is the one in the last row on the left side. In some of the swatches, it actually looks petrol, but here in the picture, it looks dark blue. So I don't know. If you have this, let me know. Danessa Myricks is turning one of my favorite primers, and I love it in the matte format and in the radiant one, into a setting spray. This is the new liquid blurring balm mattifying setting spray. I cannot wait until this drops. I will definitely buy and test this. I love the idea. I love the upside in that primer. It is still one of the best that I have ever tried. While I'm not the biggest fan of Danessa Myricks foundations, I just emptied her skin tint, but the primer, chef's kiss. And last but not least, I have a very, very cool announcement. As it is always the case, Nomad Cosmetics, as soon as they drop a palette, you have a guessing game going on. Then on the Friday, they show you the outside of the palette and you have a peek of the eyeshadows, but the full color story will drop Saturday in the evenings. I am filming this on that sad Saturday, but it is, what time is it? It's 1 p.m. So I am earlier than that. We will definitely talk about the new Witchy City Salem palette from Nomad Cosmetics next week when I have the full color story, because of course I want to share my thoughts on this. But this is inspired by Salem, by the witch trials, and I absolutely love the theme. And if I understand that correctly, this launches this time on a Monday. Usually it was on a Tuesday, which, okay, that's a new choice. So it launches actually, I think right now when you see the video. And what did I want to say? Oh, it launches August at 6 p.m. EST. 6 p.m. EST. Okay, that's like Monday morning for me. Okay, so it has already launched, I think. Time zones, very confusing. But I think there are also lipsticks this time in there. I saw in one post that they have like lipsticks going on, and here in that one where I have the screenshot from, it says, but beware, Salem has one more trick to share with you tonight. There hasn't been a new post where it just says that, sadly, so I cannot tell you this. Oh no, wait, there is one. Oh, it says, did someone say Wicked lipsticks? Our first official collection in years. We're excited to show off these 3 spellbinding lipsticks. Okay, that is actually cool. If you are in the EU and you want to order this, there is one specialty this time. It is a pre-order, but this has nothing to do with Nomad is now doing pre-orders. This has something to do with the warehouses. In case you didn't know, Nomad Cosmetics has an own warehouse in the EU, and it says in one of their posts that actually the delivery is just late by 2 to 3 weeks. So that's why the EU stuff will be doing a pre-order while the Americans will have it on time. And here I am now, and I'm telling you, after months, weeks, hours of hard negotiation, and we just had like fights. No, just kidding, we didn't. It was a very pleasant conversation. I have a code with Nomad Cosmetics. Yeah, insert, please applaud here, editing Ella. My code with Nomad Cosmetics is ELLAKINKLEY, and it's working right now. You can save 10% on that collection on any palette on the Nomad Cosmetics website, and I am just thrilled that I have a code with them. And not only that, well, later more. I don't want to spoil you, but let me tell you, this collection I will purchase myself. But what about future collections? We don't know yet. And that is actually it, what I have saved. Honestly, this was so amazing and refreshing just to rant again about beauty releases. The summer has been very slow, and to be honest, I was lacking a little bit of motivation to do videos with like, okay, we're talking about 5 things. Now we have some cool things to talk about, and I am more than ever curious. What are your thoughts on these releases, and especially, how do you feel about $220 eyeshadow quads? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for joining. Please make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out any of the other upcoming videos. All the codes, links, blah, 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 blah is down below. You can support me also not only by looking at the videos, but also by joining a membership either here or on Patreon. Starts at $1. Thank you so much, and I see you very, very soon.